After hours and hours of traveling, you guys, I am finally here in Tromsø, Norway, where I'm doing my first solo trip ever. My view from my hotel room is absolutely beautiful, and I'm welcome with beautiful weather. Fingers crossed that the weather will be nice throughout the week that I'm staying here. But honestly, I am both very excited and nervous at the same time. I don't know what to expect. This is probably the first trip that I've ever done. I didn't really plan out everything, so we'll just wing it. I'm very exhausted, but I can't even sleep or rest yet because I booked myself a Northern Lights tour, which is happening in literally an hour and a half. Hopefully I find a few tonight. You're probably wondering, did I ever get to see the Northern Lights? Well, after all the sunset and views, and waiting in this beach for hours and hours, Aurora did finally reveal herself. Oh my god! Oh my days! Oh my god! Wow! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! Oh wow! What? That's crazy! It was spectacular. Although it wasn't so strong, but it was actually really beautiful, and that's one thing off my bucket list. It was such a nice way to start my trip in Norway. God morgen. That's how you say good morning in Norwegian. This is my first full day in Tromsø today, and I was actually quite anxious because I thought the weather would be quite bad, but I'm just looking at my view now and it's pretty sunny. There are some clouds, but it's still pretty good. At least it's not raining. Very tired. I was awake for 20 hours straight to a tour. But it was so worth it. As you saw, I did get to see the Northern Lights and it was beautiful. I really, really loved it. And because I'm solo traveling, I got to be friends with pretty much everyone on the bus. I got to talking to them, and at some point it got deep. I was talking to this elderly lady from Singapore and she was teaching me a lot of life lessons. Yeah, it got deep like that. But that's the best thing about solo travel so far. Not only do you get to do whatever you want at any given time of day, but also you get to meet and talk to people from different walks of life. But I'm excited what today has to offer. Most likely it's going to be going around Tromsø town. And yeah, it's 7:45. Let's get our day started. I finally checked out of my hotel and just walking around Tromsø town, seeing what's there to do. I think I'm gonna go to a few museums. Wow, that seagull is loud. Anyway, going to a few museums and then just maybe buy my souvenirs now because I won't have time. But other than that, I'm just gonna enjoy. After going around and getting my souvenirs, I bumped into this aesthetic cafe to get my matcha fix, of course. I then proceeded to head to my next accommodation. I am so shook. I am so happy with this new accommodation. Yes, I changed accommodation, which is actually the main reason why I stayed here in Norway, in Tromsø specifically, because I wanted to see the Northern Lights and thinking I didn't have to pay a tour for it, but you know, we already seen it. But this is a very nice cabin, very tranquil, calm, and peaceful. And I was supposed to have a garden view cabin, and they upgraded me to a river cabin. Maybe because I'm solo traveling, because when the guy checked me in, he was like, "Oh, is it just you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "What brings you to Tromso?" But yeah, I told him I just wanted some, you know, peaceful getaway kind of thing. And I'm so happy. It's so beautiful. I actually chose like a superior lodge, but I'm very happy that I upgraded myself to an explorer cabin. It is by the river, and I wasted no time taking content. I'm so happy. It's exactly what I wanted, and it's exactly how I envision it. But pro tip, the only thing that I was slacking with is I have been debating for the past couple of days whether I should hire a car or not. And that is my main dilemma, because you actually need a car to get here. I took a taxi to get from the city center to here. I kind of wish I took a car now, like I rented a car. But oh well, I think I'm gonna rent a car tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see about that. For now, I'm gonna enjoy my cabin. But first things first, I am starving. Let's find something to eat. I'm back from the grocery, and I just got a few bits and bobs, some green tea, some broccolini. What the hell am I talking about? You guys are not interested in my grocery haul, so let's just make some dinner. Ta-da! This is what I'm having for dinner. It's literally salmon with red onion and tender stem broccolini. I actually got this recipe from my friend, and it's super easy. The only thing is it's so bland. But anyway, that's dinner sorted. It feels like a lot as well. But tonight's agenda is literally just chilling, enjoy the cabin, and probably do some edit, you know, just take a chill pill. Cheers! Good morning, let's have breakfast. I don't know if you can hear me because the river is a little bit loud. I decided to make my own breakfast for my cabin trip. I wanted to have a breakfast next to the river because, you know, gotta make the most out of it. They said that Norway is expensive to travel. Gosh, I didn't realize, but it is super expensive. My trip here would have costed me a plane ticket and some pocket money if I go back to the Philippines. Also, ever since coming here in Norway, I've been like eating a lot of cherry tomatoes. Their tomatoes are so sweet. You're asking me what's the agenda for today? Well, it's just gonna be a chill day, to be honest. I'm not getting a car today. It'll probably be tomorrow morning. So today I'm literally gonna go hike for hours and then go to the sauna because my muscles have been so sore. That's it. That's the agenda for today. So why have I decided to solo travel? First and foremost, it's actually one of my bucket lists. I actually wanted to solo travel to Asia, but I feel like that's too big of a step, so we're starting off in Europe. But not only is it my bucket list, but I kind of just wanted to get away from everything, from all my responsibilities at home, to myself, to others, as well as to my work. I just wanted to kind of abandon everything, just to get away from it all. I realized when we're a lot younger, we tend to have a sense of drive and purpose. We're running at full speed, trying to get to the place we want to be. I intentionally booked my solo trip just before my 30th birthday. I know, shocker, I'm going to be 30. Sometimes I don't even feel like I'm 30 yet. And I thought I would have my life together by the time I'm 26 or 28. But of course, life doesn't work out that way. There's one thing that my mom told me which kind of put everything into perspective, because I told her I was feeling lost. I wasn't where I wanted to be, career-wise and everything else in life. And she told me maybe the reason why you're not achieving to where you should be is because of your comfortability. Because to be honest with you, I got everything that I needed. I have a supportive and loving parents. I've got a good set of people around me, and I have a roof over my head, and I eat 3 meals a day. So if you think of it that way, if you want a simple life, I literally have everything that I need. But of course, I have this sense of there is bigger purpose out there. There's bigger things that I want to achieve, and I feel like I'm called to do bigger things. But like I said, it must be comfortability that keeps getting us stuck. Keeps getting me stuck. And I guess that's why I booked this solo trip, so that I can really ask myself the question, where do I want to be? How do I want my life to look like? Am I actually where I want to be? If not, how can I change that? Just asking myself the difficult questions. That TikTok trend where it's like, if you ask me why I'm solo traveling, it would be to enjoy nature and spend time with myself. But if you ask me on a deeper level, it's about freedom. If I can manage myself, and if I can get through difficult situation by myself with my own resources, then that means I can get through life with anything. Whatever life throws at me, I can do it. And I want to be comfortable as I am, me individually as a person. Because isn't that the biggest freedom of all? You're not constrained to the pressures of the world, and whatever they say to you, you know who you are. You just know. Well, that was a pretty deep talk that we've got. How about you? Where are you at? Are you happy with where you're at? And would you consider solo traveling? I got knocked out. I took a nap because I was so tired. I feel like this trip has become a wellness retreat, because all I ever do is do some form of physical exercise, eat healthy, and sightsee. Anyway, on my hike, I bump into a white elk, and apparently they're very rare to spot in Scandinavian countries, so I was very lucky. We literally had eye contact. I did my research, and it means divine protection if you encounter a white elk. And as I was returning back to the lodge, I saw this woman in the bushes, and she was picking this small red berries. And I asked her what they were, but she didn't know what they were in English until I got home and realized she was picking lingonberries. These lingonberries are actually the same ones that are used for, the Swedish meatballs in IKEA? Yes, those are the lingonberry jam. That hike nearly took me 3 hours, and by the time I was in my last 30 minutes, I was starving. I was literally hungry. I regretted not bringing my cherry tomatoes with me, and I missed out on the lunch buffet, so I just settled with a wrap and some chocolate pudding and went to the sauna and napped. And here we are.
Nobody knows me like you do. You just read my mind.
Yes, I finally hired a car because I wanted to see the fjord today, so basically the mountains. I have Bubbles, the BMW. I was supposed to get a Volkswagen Polo, but they upgraded me to a BMW. I think it's X1, if I'm not mistaken. It's super cool. It's my first SUV, like first driving in an SUV. And yeah, I'm enjoying the views. The drive here was very nice. It was smooth. I was actually freaking out for the first time, but yeah, I don't regret not getting a car. The only thing I regret is not getting it sooner. But yeah, I am currently in how do you pronounce it? Lyngside. And this is basically where you can see like the Lingen Alps. Lingen Alps. I'm butchering these names. But I'm gonna have lunch, stay here for a bit, and then go back to city center. I tried reindeer burger for the first time and it was actually quite decent. I then toured around the area, took some content, daydreamed, and enjoyed the view. Also, this is the reason why having a car is the best, because I can stop on any side of the road for views like this. I'm feeling super grateful and super blessed to be able to do this. So this is me on my last night in Norway, and I'm doing sheet mask in the hotel room at 8 o'clock, you know, just to get my day ready for a long travel tomorrow because I have a 9-hour layover in Oslo. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the morning. Okay team, it's 4:47, my flight's at 6:30. Will we make it to the airport or not? But for now, we're just gonna vibe to Rinny's new album! We made it, you guys. Literally, I have an hour before boarding. I was super stressed. I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but the drive was only 10 minutes away. But you know what? God's got me in this trip. When I got to Oslo, I pretty much just enjoyed the view and walked around. Did a lot of touristy things like visit the Oslo Opera House, which by the way has really cool architecture. Also, Norwegian waffles are a must try. This cafe is Harald's Waffle and it was so delicious and the place is super quirky. I honestly still think about this waffle until now and I'm drooling just editing this. Moving on, I got my quick matcha fix at this aesthetic cafe, which allows pets, by the way. We all love a cafe that allows pets because I wanted to get some energy because let me tell you, I walked and walked and walked so much. Not gonna lie, coming from Tromsø, I got pretty overwhelmed by the city crowd in Oslo. But one thing's for sure, I really got my steps in. However, my favorite part was my visit to the Nobel Peace Prize Museum, as it left me feeling inspired by the wonderful works of those that came before us, and how fitting that it was celebrating women's liberation. Because, you know, I'm an independent woman, solo traveling in Norway, haha. Anyway, it was a nice culmination to my trip before heading back home.